So I'm going to talk about the ego, and actually I'm going to call this feeding your ego. And what I've really discovered is that most of our life and what we're doing is we're just feeding our ego. Let me start by a little definition of what I mean by ego, because most people think that ego means something bad, something negative. I'm not using ego in that sense. Actually, ego is your personality. It's just the operation system of your mind. So everybody has character, everybody has conditioning. This is what I'm talking about, is just the natural conditioning of the mind. And what we're doing, though, is we're using this operation system of the mind, but we don't know how it works. And that's one of the problems. You know, when you get a new smartphone, or actually any, new gadget or apparatus, anything in your home, even your washing machine or something like that, do you read the manual? Actually, when we were born, we didn't get a manual, and we don't know really what to do with our mind. Our parents don't really know what to do with their minds, and they didn't share with us very well, usually. And so we're kind of left to fumble through life, really, to find out what is my mind and how do I work it. Some people are very good at this, and they just instinctively know what to do. When they come to this planet, they've pretty much got it all worked out, it seems. And we could say these people have good karma. Most of us have fairly ordinary karma, and so we are left to work it out for ourselves. Hopefully in your life you get to meet someone who really understands the nature of the mind and the nature of life. And then you can start to work well with your mind, avoiding negative and harmful things to yourself and to others, and then also promoting positive things for yourself and positive things for others and for the whole world. Then this is where meditation starts to come in. Your ability to know your own mind as it is. There are two main types of meditation. One is a samatha meditation, or concentration meditation, fixing your mind on one single object. And the other is the meditation that I do, and that's vipassana meditation, or mindfulness meditation. I also like to call it awareness and wisdom. And this is really training your mind, and in fact training your ego, helping you to understand the true nature of your life. So the samatha meditation can help you to calm your mind, clear your mind by fixing your mind on a single object. Quite often we are taught to observe the breath. And in fact, even in vipassana, I also ask people to observe their breath. It's very handy, it's always present. You're always breathing. If you're not breathing, then forget about meditation. Then you can always watch your breath under pretty much any circumstances. Best to find a quiet place, sit down, relax, bring your awareness to your body, and then start to feel your breath. I recommend the breath at the nostrils, just here, and just start to feel the cool in-breath and the cool out-breath, relaxing as you're breathing, feeling the sensation of the in-breath. It only lasts 2 or 3 seconds, and then it dissolves, disappears, and then you feel the out-breath at the same point. Very rhythmical, it's very relaxing, it's also very natural, it's very pure, it's very simple. When your mind is pure and simple and natural, it just calms down. And then, at some point, while you're watching your breath, very closely, in a relaxed manner, objectively, just allowing the sensation to be as it is. There may come a point where thoughts fall away from the mind. It may only be a few moments. It may be a little bit longer. For some people, it can last even minutes. The ability to just feel the sensation of the breath without any judgment, without any comparison to the past or the future, no expectations. Just pure sensation. At that moment, there are two things happening. You feel the physical sensation of the breath, and then the mind that knows it. At that moment, the ego has basically stopped. Because the ego lives on thoughts, concepts, ideas. It lives in the past, in the future. It lives on stories. And then these emotions come up with the stories. And this is what feeds our moment-to-moment existence. Even while we're sleeping, you know your mind is still rattling along like a freight train in the night. Constantly feeding on concepts, emotions, stories, past and future. But when these fall away through the art of meditation, there becomes a very pure stillness, clarity, purity of mind. At that moment, who are you? Seriously, who are you? You can't even answer the question because there is no concept to answer the question. Even the question doesn't arise. After the meditation, we can look back, even asking, well, who was I at that moment? Where was I? When you only have the sensation of the breath, the physical sensation, and then the mind that observes it, the pure mindfulness, pure awareness, there's only those two things happening. No past, no future, no me, no you, no here, no there. There's nothing to compare this to. And in that moment, you've lost your ego. The ego has dissolved, vanished. It's very beautiful. When you come out of that experience, and again, thoughts, concepts, places, times come back into being, or we believe they come back into being, and then we fall into this, what we can call illusion, this continuity of concepts, this continuity of the sense of I, this sense of me, this ego. And we can start to see these two aspects of life, this pure, clear, empty, natural, simple experience of pure mind. And then we can see the busyness of our normal and daily life. It's not so much then that, we have to make a choice whether I want to be nobody and nothing and just purity, etc. And then, am I going to choose to be myself or something? There's no real choice in this. You're going to continue to be yourself. You are highly conditioned to be yourself. To be your speech, your actions and your thoughts. To perpetuate your own existence. You're going to do that anyway. However, if you are able to take some time out and to find this other aspect of yourself that always exists, every moment, it's pure, it's natural, it's always present, but we're unaware of it. There's a lovely thing that we say in Buddhism, that the mind is always pure or illuminous, bright. It's just visited by temporary experiences, thoughts, emotions, positivities, negativities. They come and they go. Here's a challenge for you. Watch your own mind. Watch your own mental states. And see, and I challenge you to do this. Watch any thought, watch any emotion from the beginning until it ends. And tell me whether it's permanent or not. And you will see very clearly for yourself that it is impermanent. In fact, the closer attention you pay to it, the more objective your mindfulness, your awareness, even concentration, focusing on that mental state, it will dissolve rather quickly. And when it's dissolved, what's left? What happens when a thought disappears? Who are you? You know, when a thought is playing, then you are in the center of the thought. This is the standpoint of the ego. I am the main actor in my movie, so I am the main actor in my thoughts. It's usually I at the center of any thought. Then what happens when the thought disappears? Who are you? Doesn't really make sense, this question, because there is no who. The question is, what are you? What am I? What is my truth? What is my reality? And this is what this meditation is doing. It's bringing you back to the reality of your present moment. This is your truth. People search for the truth in life. But we're searching on the internet. We're searching perhaps from a teacher. We're looking in books. Yes, these can direct you to the truth. But ultimately, you have to engage in the reality of your own body and mind in this present moment. That's your truth. The trouble is, people are not really sure what they're looking for. And when they find something ordinary, they say, this is always here. You know, my breath is always here, or thinking is always here, or, you know, this emotion or whatever it is that they find, this pain in my body is always here. That's not the truth. But guess what, friends? That's exactly what it is. It's the truth. Whatever you are experiencing in your body and mind in the present moment, we can call this to the truth. If this is not the truth, then it's the closest thing to it. And it's a great place to start. Because when your mind stops justifying, stops expecting, putting a cloud or a veil over top of the experience of what it wants to experience, and it just starts to purely see and know things exactly as they are, no filters, you start to realize your own truth. And the more you do this, actually your ego probably won't like this. And that's why a lot of people don't come to meditate. There's a lot of people, a lot more people who don't meditate than those who do meditate. And why? Because people don't really want to know the truth. We're quite happy just, you know, floating down the stream on our little Facebook raft, or, you know, floating down the stream on our imaginations. But this meditation will bring you back to your reality. It will introduce you to your reality, and you will come to understand yourself as you are. This takes time. This is not a quick fix practice. It's not something that you can just, you know, snap your fingers or just do it once or twice and think, oh yeah, I did meditation, you know, let me move on to something else now. I'll go and do some other practice. You can do that. You're all free to do it. But if you stay with this and repeatedly observe the pure, objective nature of your body and mind, then you are really going to wake up, and things in your life are going to start changing, especially your mental states, your emotional states, your thoughts will start to change, and from these changes within yourself, actually your environment will start to change. To some extent, your friends and family will start to change. Your colleagues will start to change. Not because you are changing them, but because of the inner change within yourself and the way that you perceive the world now without filters and seeing things through an objective reality. This will create changes in the world. You don't have to believe me. You can do this for yourself. See for yourself, try it for yourself, and see how your life unfolds.